Nice job, but Aikman will lead the Cowboys into Philadelphia to take on the Eagles next Monday night. First down, Pittsburgh here from the 10-yard line. 8:51 left in the fourth period as Jerome Bettis gets taken down in the backfield by Pelham McDaniel. That's one way to stop him.
Well, it's time for Kansas City now with 8.5 minutes left in this ballgame. They need some emotion, and they need their defense to come up big. Everybody pitching up front, and that is the way you take on the bus. Right in the midsection.
Greg Minuski, who went out with that shoulder burner before, is back in, number 51, second down 14 from the 6. It's the bus again. And they gang tackle him up at the 7-yard line. And the flag goes down.
A face mask here.
Bettis on the carry. There's a penalty flag down. Tom Bart made the tackle.
Bernie Kukar's crew has done good work tonight.
And Marty's about to see some good work by his defensive squad negated.
Personal foul, 15 yards.
There it is. Greg Minuski actually.
Ball, grabbing and pulling on the face mask. 51 defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
That was borderline as to whether or not that was the personal foul 15-yard variety or whether it would have been the 5-yard garden variety.
Well, he said he pulled on it, so if it's in the estimation of the official that he was actually pulling on his face mask, then that is the correct call.
Yes, I'm aware of that. It's a question of
sure.
Thanks for explaining that.
All right.
First down at the 22. In any event, it's a big, otherwise it was third down and 11. Now it's a first down, and it's Jerome Bettis picking up 2. 7:45 and the clock ticking down. Monday Night Football is being brought to you by Miller Lite, an official sponsor of the NFL and the Super Bowl. The irresistible taste that makes you say, did somebody say McDonald's? Cigna, a business of caring. And AT&T, it's all within your reach. Boomer, there is your Country Club Plaza.
There it is.
Spoke of before.
Boy, what a great place that is.
Yep.
And we saw this situation last week where the road team, the Jets, were outplaying the New England Patriots, and they didn't play it conservative. They went right after the Patriots and ended up making some big plays towards the end of that fourth quarter.
2nd and 8 from the 23. The screen is set up. Bettis rolled down at the 27-yard line. Tackle made by McLaughlin.
At this stage of the game, you still have to continue to play to win. You don't want to play not to lose. Playing smart and playing somewhat conservative is okay, but you still have to be able to drop back and throw the football and do it confidently.
But it's hard to be something you're not.
No, you're right. But if you want to be a playoff team that has Super Bowl aspirations, these are the plays and these are the times of the season where you have to make those plays happen.
3rd and 5, Bettis out, spread formation here. Cordell lofts one. It's a little underthrown, and McMillan is able to break it up, intended for David Dunn.
Boy, he underthrew that one. If he would have let it go, David would have had a chance to go up and make a play for him.
Which is all you're looking for. You know you got your single coverage over there, McMillan on Dunn.
I don't know what McMillan was really doing right here. I mean, David had McMillan beat, and Cordell just underthrew the football.
The exasperation in evidence on Power's face as Josh Miller lofts one to the 26-yard line. Tamarick Vanover gets around the corner, but then runs out of room, and he's out of bounds up at the 31. And the Chiefs will take over there. 6:06 left in regulation as this one winds down at KC. Pittsburgh by 7. And the Chiefs begin to wind it down. Lamar Hunt looking on, and Jerry Jones in the foreground, along with Wayne Weaver, the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Again, each team 4-2. The winner is going to be in a lot better shape than the loser at the end of this one as Gerbach throws a screen to Bennett. And Bennett takes it out to the 46-yard line. And again, I reiterate that the winner will begin to think about the second half of the season with a head of steam, and the loser will have a lot of questions to begin with, the way these teams have both played through the first 6 weeks and are 4-3.
Well, it's really vital for the Kansas City Chiefs to win this game at home. I mean, they're already behind the Denver Broncos. They're also in a division where you have, the Seattle Seahawks with a winning record. I mean, this is
And keep in mind their last outing.
Right, exactly.
Against New England, where they got beat by 30 points.
Burback throws, and that's broken up by Lake. And in a division where you've got probably the best team in the league in Denver, and the Raiders are 5-2
right, and the Raiders
well.
now are 5-2. That was my next point. So Kansas City cannot afford to get any further down. And
in the AFC, meanwhile, eventually the pendulum was going to swing. 10 teams above 500 right now. 6 in the NFC. AFC,
2 of which are Atlanta and New Orleans.
Right.
If you can imagine that.
Right.
The 2 of the winning teams in the NFC. The pendulum has really swung.
And timeout is called by Kansas City, to the chagrin of Marty and to the chagrin and displeasure of the fans. Tomorrow night, Jimmy Smith's appearing on only 4 more episodes, so you won't want to miss the all-new Blue NY.
how that shakes up the AFC Central a little bit. 2 weeks ago, it looked like Jacksonville was going to run away with it.
Flat-footed tie if Pittsburgh wins this game tonight. 2nd and 10. Caught by Ted Thompson. Jason Gilden wrestles him down to the 49-yard line.
I'm sure Wayne Weaver was like, hey, come on, Jerry, I just want to watch this game right now. I got a little bit more riding on this game than you do.
He does have a little more of a vested interest in this contest.
Well, Pittsburgh and Jacksonville have yet to face each other. There's Jimmy Ray, the offensive coordinator, ready to send in the play, and Jim Haslett, the defensive coordinator. And our season ends. The last game of the regular season is a Monday night game after Christmas. Pittsburgh at Jacksonville.
You take a look at the next 3 games for the Chiefs. You had the Jets here, at Seattle, and then the Broncos here. So it doesn't get any easier for the Kansas City Chiefs after tonight.
3rd down and 7. Big conversion coming up here. And it's intercepted by Carnell Lake.
Where's he going?
Out of bounds he's going at the 38-yard line. Just happy to have possession. And so KC takes a timeout and come back and throw an interception. And Cowher all the way out on the field.
Penetration in the face of Elvis Gerback on the last play, and he tried to get a slant pattern to a moving receiver to run back underneath Carnell Lake. Carnell Lake is a strong safety, if you will, now playing cornerback, and a wonderful athletic move by Carnell to come back underneath Lockett and make the play. A poorly thrown ball by Elvis Gerback.
Now the Chiefs in a position where they're going to have to start taking timeouts defensively. Bettis up to the 44. So the double whammy was applied. Not only did they have a pass picked off, but they had a wasted timeout prior to that. Bettis, meanwhile, has gone over 100 yards again. Nothing new for Jerome against Kansas City.
That's like his 6th Monday night game where he's gone over.
You've got it.
Over 100 yards, his 6th consecutive.
All right, so now you're the Kansas City Chief defense. You have Curtis Martin coming to town. You have Ricky Waters you got to see, and then you're going to see the ultimate in Terrell Davis. You better figure out a way to stop Jerome Bettis here in the next 4 minutes.
2nd down and 4 from the 44. The bus has the 1st down. He's into Kansas City territory. He takes it to the 44-yard line.
You wonder why?
There is some
players love this guy. I mean, he is on the field. He's intense.
He lost his glasses. He did. He lost. In his excitement, I think his spectacles left the head.
He told us last night not very many people are giving us an opportunity to win this football game, but I certainly feel like we can win it.
Keep in mind, this is an offensive line that lost Justin Strelzik, their right tackle, to a knee injury.
1st down from the 44. The bus again into the pile. 2nd and 10. And now Kansas City is going to take a timeout. They have 1 remaining, and they'll also get to stop the clock at the 2-minute warning, and that's it.
You look at the interceptions that we've seen in this game, but really this game is hinged on two special teams plays. One, the blocked punt that Pittsburgh blocked of Kansas City's that resulted in a touchdown, and Marty Schottenheimer is immediately going to think of the return by Joe Horn that went for a touchdown and was called back because of a holding penalty.
95 yards.
14 points right there.
Last one.
Second down and 8. Cordell on a roll. Flag is thrown in the secondary. The pass is incomplete. Hawkins out of bounds. Defensive holding, automatic first down.
Holding, 34 defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
A killer. Dale Carter.
He is having some kind of trouble holding up the receivers at the line of scrimmage. We saw before Charles Johnson got off of him down in the red zone where he made a spectacular catch for a touchdown. But Charles Johnson has really given Dale all he can handle tonight.
8 penalties against the Chiefs for 61 yards tonight.
Going to run the ball here and force the Chiefs to use another timeout.
At the 39-yard line, first and 10. Bettis starts to fall down. Down he goes. Anthony Davis. And they take the timeout. Their last one, and the next time the clock stops, it'll be at the 2-minute warning. After the game, stay tuned. 4 or 5 seconds earlier.
They might have forced them into running another play.
Absolutely. Second down and 11 at the 39.
Well, they were flags. Well, Kansas City was all the way across the line of scrimmage. Did somebody make them go?
No, I think this time it was Chester McLaughlin now doing it.
Well, this is, if that's the case, Boomer, they're playing like they're the team on the road. As many defensive line penalties as they've had.
Offside, 75 defense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
It's one thing to play aggressive, but it's another thing that, you have to play smart. And you can't give the other team opportunity after opportunity to take plays over. Oh.
So it's second down and 5 from the 34-yard line. Bettis. Going to be 32. Ball comes loose, but after it had been whistled dead. No fumble. And now the clock will go down to the 2-minute warning. With 2 minutes to go, it's going to be third down and a long 2, short 3 for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
This would be a good opportunity for the Steelers to run a play-action pass, get Cordell out on the flank. Tell him, look, if the guy isn't open, run with it if you can make it, but don't run out of bounds. Keep the clock running. One of the real luxuries that the Steelers have with having an athletic quarterback.
To the last 2 minutes.
So it's third down and a long 3 with 2 minutes to go. Pittsburgh will cement it if they convert, and they give it to Bettis, and he cannot get it. So it's fourth down. Compelling Cower now to either pooch punt it or send in Johnson for about a 49-yard field goal attempt.
This is an interesting situation. He's going to let the clock run all the way down. They'll call timeout, and then they'll discuss it.
The problem with the field goal, a long attempt, well, not just the miss, the block.
The block. And
the block is the bigger concern, I think, because that's something that can end up being 7 points going against you.
And you're right, and if you miss, though, you give the Chiefs decent field position.
So they'll run it all the way down. If they're going to take the delay.
Delay a game offense. 5-yard penalty, still fourth out.
That clearly means they're not thinking field goal, they're thinking punt.
I think the field goal's too risky. Go ahead, force Kansas City. See if you can just knock this thing down there inside the 10-yard line and see if Kansas City can go the length of the field with no timeouts left and basically a minute left to work with.
Well, certainly you want to kick it high, and you don't want to give Hanover a chance, any chance, even remotely. No. Even if you kick it in the end zone and give it to him on the 20, just don't give this kid a chance to get his hands on the football.
This will not be a mammoth boot by old Josh here.
Little pooch kick. And it rolls into the end zone, so out it comes to the 20, and the Chiefs will have to go 80 yards in 64 seconds with no timeouts.
And I don't think Bill Cowher saw Kansas City getting the ball back with this much time left.
But really, right now, if you're Elvis Gerback, you got to hit the sidelines if you can. You have enough time to hit a couple passes in the middle if you're going to get up there and down the ball if it's a deep pass.
Well, obviously, Andre Rison is the playmaker in that offensive huddle right now.
Now, this is the plays or the area where the Cincinnati Bengals came back and they beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in a situation like this.
A flag just went flying in Kansas City. I think had 12 guys in the huddle. I think Kansas City had 12 guys in the offensive huddle.
Illegal substitutions. Offense has 12 men in the huddle. 5-yard penalty. First down.
You can't wait until the last minute to declare who your 11 guys are. Derek Alexander came sprinting to the sideline way too late.
The 10th penalty against the Chiefs, who send the 3 wideouts to the right. And then it's a fumble. It's a live ball, and it's Pittsburgh's ball at the 14-yard line. Extracted by Jason Gilden, covered by Lee Flowers.
Bill Cowher gets farther out onto the field than any coach in the NFL. You gotta love everything about Bill Cowher and the enthusiasm and the passion that he brings to this game.
First and 10, Pittsburgh at Kansas City 14-yard line.
Pressure from Gilden. Pressure from Oliver Gibson. And no forward movement whatsoever. I think Jason Gilden was the player going through.
Take a look at Jason Gilden. You talk about adding injury to insult or insult to injury. He's playing the drums.
Oh, boy. And a couple of kneel downs will end this one.
When he starts playing the bongos on you, you're in trouble.
Yep. Well, he just played taps for the Chiefs for tonight because the Pittsburgh Steelers fly home with a mammoth win. They go to 5-2. They're tied with Jacksonville in the AFC West, and the Kansas City Chiefs find themselves tied for 3rd with Seattle in the AFC West, behind 7-0 Denver and 5-2 Oakland.
Bill Cowher has the ability to make his players believe that they can win on the road, and they don't do it in spectacular fashion. They just give the ball to the big guy, let him run.
Yep. And 3rd year in a row, they've been here in Kansas City to play on a Monday night, and they've won 2 out of the 3.
Jerome Bettis, 33 carries for 119 yards tonight. Stewart threw for only 82 yards, but it was enough, along with 3 Kansas City turnovers, 2 interceptions, 1 fumble, and 10 penalties, several of which came late in the game. Dan Rooney, the owner of the Steelers, looking on. It'll be a happy ride home for the Pittsburghers as they come away with the win, 20-13 at Arrowhead. Wrap it up when we come back.
So there you go. It was a win for the road team in the end, and an important one.
With a whimper, not a bang, basically, by the Chiefs. Not a great way to end the game.
Yes, indeed. And of course, we've got ourselves, we can look at the stands of seconds, literally how that affects us now then.
Yeah, and as we said, Jacksonville now, Pittsburgh are even. Jacksonville's got the slight edge in the division since they haven't lost yet there, but that one's going to go right down to the wire. And in the AFC West, Denver, of course, with the lead. Oakland now in second. What a shocker that is. Kansas City 4-3, but remember, they're 3-0 in the division. Seattle 4-3 as well. So the AFC West is looking interesting as well.
And you can see how useful that win would have been there for Kansas.
Absolutely.
When you look at that table. Okay, let's look at next week's game now. We talked about it a little bit earlier on. Dallas are at Philadelphia. One to look forward to.
Yeah, and Dallas with Aikman back. You've got Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin all on display. Dallas has a nice defense as well. Philadelphia's had a tough time this season, but I can guarantee fur will fly.
Exactly. And the game we liked tonight from the big man. The bus was big stuff, wasn't he?
They rode the bus all the way to the win, ran to the left side behind
It's
Paneka
true.
and Walford.